Boston, June 14th, 2026, minute 28. John McGinn's beautiful shot slides past the Haiti goalkeeper and finds the net. And at that moment, for the first time in 28 years, Scotland scores a goal at a World Cup. To understand why grown men were sobbing in the stands of Boston Stadium that night, you need to go back in time. Not just to the start of the tournament, to a stadium outside Paris, 28 years earlier, and to a wait that an entire generation of Scottish children thought would never end. 10,244 days. That is exactly how much time passed between Scotland's last World Cup goal and McGinn's goal in Boston. Through football's biggest tournament, all those days. 6 World Cups were played, and Scotland watched every single one from home, until 2026. For 28 years, Scotland simply wasn't there. Not in 2002. Not in 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018, or 2022. June 10, 1998. Stade de France, Paris. 80,000 fans. The World Cup opening match. And there, in yellow, walking out arm in arm, the defending champions Brazil. Scotland's manager Craig Brown had just made an embarrassing mistake, accidentally showing his own starting lineup on the projector during the team meeting beforehand. Brazil's Cesar Sampaio scored in the 4th minute, but Scotland answered. John Collins found the net with a penalty. The score was 1-1. Brazil, with the experience of a team that knew how to win, took it 2-1 after Tom Boyd's own goal. Scotland had played well, but it wasn't enough to win. Nobody in that stadium could have imagined that Scotland's next World Cup appearance would be in 2026. Their next match was against Norway in Bordeaux. Norway took the lead early in the second half through Havard Flo. Scotland pushed for an equalizer. Defender David Weir launched a long ball forward from his own half. Craig Burley ran onto it and put the equalizer on the scoreboard. The score was level at 1-1, and a point had been earned. What nobody realized at the time was that Burley's goal would remain Scotland's last World Cup goal for the next 28 years. Scotland lost their final match 3-0 to Morocco and were eliminated from the tournament. Burley was sent off in that match, leaving his team a man down. For nearly 30 years, 2 unwanted records would belong to Burley. He would be the last man to score for Scotland at a World Cup and the last man to be sent off. What followed was a lost generation. The children born in 1998 grew up, went to school, built careers, and had children of their own. They never once saw Scotland play at a World Cup. Players like Scott McTominay and John McGinn were barely walking when Burley scored that goal. They watched their idols in grainy YouTube clips and imagined themselves in their place. Craig Burley admitted he had lived with that goal for 28 years. It was never the kind of fame he wanted. An entire generation never got to feel what it meant to play at a World Cup. This generation will get to feel it. In the end, it was Burley's former teammate Steve Clark who ended this longing. Scotland secured their place in America thanks to an unbelievable volley from Scott McTominay, winning 4-2. Before the World Cup opener against Haiti, Clark's message to his players was simple and humble. We have to win. After 28 years, we have to fight for our nation. Never underestimate football, and never underestimate our opponent. Boston Stadium, June 14th, 2026. There was no doubt who the crowd was behind. Every time Scotland touched the ball, a deafening roar went up. Haiti, back at the World Cup for the first time since 1974, played bravely. The pressure and the noise didn't intimidate them. In the 7th minute, Scott McTominay's header went out for a goal kick. Shortly after, another effort came back off the post. The Tartan Army held its breath. After 30 years of waiting, the moment was so close. And then, minute 28. Che Adams shot, and the goalkeeper made the save. The ball bounced, and Aston Villa's star midfielder John McGinn struck it from the edge of the box, the ball deflecting on its way. Under the helpless gaze of goalkeeper Placide, the ball hit the back of the net. Goal. For all of Scotland, the stadium erupted in celebration. 28 years, 3 weeks and 4 days after Craig Burley, Scotland were scoring at a World Cup again. The bench emptied, and 80,000 voices roared as one across Boston. What happened afterward would be remembered as much as the goal itself. The Tartan Army scattered across Boston Stadium, and fans out in the streets at midnight singing. Flower of Scotland, Thousands of voices, longing, had been waiting for exactly this moment. Haiti didn't let up after the goal and pushed forward. In the 85th minute, Pierrot tried a header, but it went wide. It was Haiti's closest moment to getting a point, but Scotland held on and won the match 1-0, their first World Cup victory since 1990, and the meaning behind it was something else entirely. This win didn't just end a long wait. On the same day, in the other match in the group, Brazil and Morocco, two of the tournament's top 12 teams, drew 1-1. With that result, Scotland's win put Steve Clarke's side at the top of Group C. Arguably the toughest group at the World Cup. Fair to call it a group of death. On June 19th, they would face Morocco. Then the heavy favorites of the group, Brazil. A single draw from these matches could be enough to send Scotland to the round of 16 for the first time in their history. 28 years of silence and one deflected shot. And suddenly, a nation united in a single emotion. They deserve more, without question. An 11 determined to give everything they have, and a team with the heart of lions. Eyes on the target. We are the Cup Files. And this was the story of 10,244 days, and the 28 minutes that ended them.